Yeah, we've reached this point now, and there's a nice little bit here, I believe. The Durango run. I suppose this will be nice. But I've just put this free software on the Headtracker and just trying this out now. So let's see how it goes. So you see I'm moving my head backwards and forwards. You can recenter it. Boom. Typically it's night time again, going through this supposedly nice bit. Same load on, of course. Packaged food, 18 ton. $24. Now, I did have, this is your YAW, left to right. I did have up and down on, but I took it off. So there's like, I've got on my wheel like a stop-start toggle button key binding to turn it on and off. And the recentering, which is that button. You know, so if you're moving around and on a chair and want to recenter it. Right, let's get me, turn that one off. Let's put that one on. Yeah, I accidentally slept twice. Bucketed up the timings again. I could have had another sleep and done it in the daytime, but oh well. But just testing out this software, Opentrack it's called. Great, just put it on with your webcam. Well, I've got a separate one. I'll probably put a link to the fella's site I watched how to set it up, but to be honest, I think he put it on mainly default and that, but yeah, I'm gonna have a mess about it later on. So, little flick of the head, look at that side. If I want, I can go right outside, looking back for reversing. Yeah, as I say, this, that and the other, and reset it. If I'm, say like that, if I'm sort of moving my head and what have you. Sort of reset that properly now. So, it's night and day from here, you know, usually using the mouse. So I'll reset that now. Little hills and twisty turny roads. Pity though, it's pitch black. Yeah, the dog's come to see me. She's got dementia. Doesn't know who I am. Picking up speed there, it's chugging up the hills. I'm going straight on, yeah. Doing 34 mile an hour. not too bad. I mean, I could have put the 735 horsepower or the something like it near enough 900 on, but I didn't like the sound of the engine on the sort of turbo one. Oh, bit of an accident happened here. Whoop! I knew I was going to hit that then. Jesus, I think I'll have to go round. You're supposed to go round on the muck. You're there, aren't you? Yeah. Did I get any damage then? A little bit. Oh yeah, check me mirror. Little flick of the head. Now, you have to sort of get used to this. I'm sort of off centre a bit to what I was before. Little check of the mirror. As long as you haven't got a head like that nodding dog there on the console, you'll be alright. Slow down, you lunatic. Flying around now. So, going downhill a bit. I wonder if we've reached the top. Red line in the middle, I wonder what that's for. Never seen that before. It's guiding you up that ramp, yeah. Must be like, oh, there's a run-off ramp. Bloody hell, I'm just driving too fast here. Look at that, another little viewpoint as well. Wasn't worth watching it though, I think it'd be done at night time. Yeah, so with this Headtracker on, great. You're used to that static view like that all the time, you know. But, you know, you will be moving your head a bit naturally when you're turning. And at first I'm trying to straighten it, and you sort of have to ignore that in the end. Which you will do, you'll get used to it. Once we've got used to this, I'll put the pitch on up and down, because I was always used to having a whoop when I put my sat nav on a certain sensor there. Pressing the wrong bloody buttons. Yeah, if I put my sat nav on now, let's have a look. Thoya. That air ride seat bouncing up and down. Yeah, see me sat nav sort of below the other one, and you know, I don't want it in front of any console items, which it's a little bit like. So with the pitch, which is the up and down motion, sometimes it was just looking right down at I was trying to level it off all the time. It was too much for me to take in at once. So you know, I've turned to the right here, and I've just naturally turned my head, you know, which is alright, but I like the little flick. So if I want to look to the right, just give it a little flick and back again. I'm not really turning my head a lot, so I'm just looking at the edge of my screen. Say, got a 32-inch screen, aiming my head there, and that flicks out to the right mirror. Tis the season for the colds and coughs. To try to cover the mic then when I cough. So yeah, this was one of the roads that was mentioned on the nice hilly ones. I just sort of remembered Durango, so I just picked up the recording here. So you get 2 for 1, you get the Durango road and a little bit of an explanation of that head tracking software that's free. Opentrack it's called. Yeah, I was going to get the Tobii Headtracker as a Christmas present, but then he had some bad things about it as well online, which you always get. You know, I don't mind when you read reviews and they say, oh, it turned up broke and all that, because, you know, that's just natural. Then things happen. But, you know, when you get other noticeable things that go wrong, and you know, so a little bit put me off, and I've been thinking of putting this software on for ages, and I just done it, sets up in no time at all, and you know, it's up and running great. Yeah, works great. Yeah, much better than using the mouse. And as I say, I have got a VR headset, Quest 3. But I end up using it more on, like, with virtual desktop software. So it's like a flat screen. Rather than immersive. Because I did try the immersive, but my god, you've got to have the stomach for it. Like vomiting. But I know you'd get used to it, but I've not given it a real good try, to be honest. And you know, I was messing about too much on settings. But yeah, the virtual reality when you're in it's great. There's more turning of the head though. Plus, it's not what you think it is when you're watching them YouTube videos. You know, you really have got to have the best graphic card, you know, £1,000 and all that, even more, you know. The best setups, independent router if you can. And not only that, you're watching their YouTube uploads, and they might have game footage, but it's not what you see in a headset, because the edges are blurred. You have to turn your head like a pair of varifocal glasses, and where there's just a sweet spot and the rest is not that great. So it's not like, you know, you're in real life and your peripheral vision's clear and that, you know, or clearish. So there's a little bit of a con, actually, I thought. You know, for what they're sort of selling you it as. But yeah, it is sort of, you are inside the cab. But you just have to sort of take note of, you know, that's them little things like blade edges and that, sweet spots. And I mean, I'm sure there's better headsets than the Quest 3. You know, maybe just with a big flat screen or something, and that doesn't happen, I don't know. Well, you'll have to research that. But the Quest 3 is great anyway, because, you know, you feel, you can, well, when I use it with virtual, is it virtual desktop, I think it's called, yeah. You know, so you feel like you really are in a big cinema. You have different rooms and that you can choose from. You know, so it's great, and, you know, sort of your family has the same sort of headset. You can both watch a movie together, link up somehow, you know, and talk to each other and that. Oh, that's another thing. Don't pick your nose. Which I found out. You go like that, just pick your nose, and all the camera goes ski whiff. So we all like to pick our nose when we're driving. But yeah, it knocks the camera out of sync. So a good old pick is out the window. Pick, roll, flick, goal. That's what we used to say as kids. Yeah, this webcam I've got, I think it's 2K. Well, I believe, you know, you don't really need a great headcam. I just put it in the default settings. This fella, he put it as whatever it was. He had the iCam or something, 6040. This is like a high spec thing, but it probably works no different from the 6040 iCam. I keep left. Epic. Me brakes. Couldn't judge that then. Nearly went into the back of him. Or there. Let's not be sexist. A little look in the mirror there. Little flick of the head. Yeah, when you do the calibration, just move your head around. I didn't go too mad. I just looked at all four corners of my screen all round. Because I thought, oh, well, if I go like a full left turn, you know, like you look out your car windscreen, don't want to be doing that. So I just wanted to look at the edge of my screen like I am now to see out the window. You know, I was just guessing that's what would happen. So, but that is set up nice for me like that. But I will have a little mess about with it in the car park. I've done this run. Oh, that feels alright now. Take the sat nav off, I think. It's one less thing. I could even take off the top one now. You know, as I say, I used to have me mirrors up. So, you know, it's nice, clean view of everything. I just get caught out now and again with the small sat nav. That's why I have the voice nav on as well. I mean, if you got 20/20 vision, you're probably alright. Like here, I'm going. Do we have to go left here? Out Sally Pass, I could have gone through that. See, I miss out on things like that. My eyesight. I don't think you have to have the Telly Pass either. You know, in the mods, the extras you get when you're kitting out the van, the truck, the cabin. Bloody hell, I get there in the end. I usually put the Telly Passes on the passenger side, but with this being small windows, you know, I don't have it. But I don't think you need them anyway, but it would be nice. Oh, I'll just fix myself. It would be nice if you could, you know, you had to have them. Right. Well, I think we're through that bit. Give a little check. That's me looking over my shoulder. Yeah, we're here. Yeah. Way through it. It was just that bit, I think. It's more flat. Like coming up to this mad one. Okay. Let's have a sleep or what? Yeah. Let's position that. Hang on, where's that taking me? Taking me miles out the way. What's that all about? Why is that done there? There's the one this side. Take me over there. Crazy. So, anyway, I'm hoping when I come down here I can pull in there. Just wanted to maybe put it on the road itself. Okay. Drive up to that point. Do another little bit of the last section. Find out what the name of the road is there. I'm coming up to it now. Right. If I can just pull up on the side here. Oh yeah. Okay.